about players like Jorginho or Gonzalo Higuain? These are clearly sorry guys. Now that he looks set to move on, what happens to them at Chelsea?
Well, Higuain is still owned by Juventus and is going to be a big headache for Juventus this summer because he's the second highest paid player in all of Serie A after Cristiano Ronaldo, and he comes back and they won't want him on their books if they can help it. Although that said, again, as you just mentioned, he is a Maurizio Sarri guy, and Sarri is now going to be the manager there. So who knows? Perhaps there is yet a resolution that keeps him in Turin. Jorginho is an interesting one because, yes, he was someone who was clearly top of the Maurizio Sarri shopping list, who was brought in specifically for him. You would think in another summer he might well be one of the first people out the door. But again, if you can't sign anybody, are you letting anybody go that you don't absolutely have to let go? I think probably not. So a lot may depend yet on what happens with Cass and any appeal that Chelsea can make this summer.
The Sarri can get the best out of Higuain. Kind of went out the window a little bit. At Chelsea, you can maybe blame that on fitness or blame it a lot on fitness. But the good point from Paolo there. Chelsea isn't as attractive as it was, particularly not with the two boys at the top striding away in the manner in which they have, and with a structure at both those clubs that looks, rock solid. Okay, Man City have got issues with UEFA, but in terms of the Premier League and signing players and strengthening, it's going to, anybody looking at Chelsea and thinking, well, what's going to be success? Is it top four? I've got all these issues. How is Frank Lampard going to see, if it is Frank, how is he going to see Jorginho?
How do you think that works out?
Well, it's how he sees. I think a big part of it, I think, is how he sees Kante, and I think most people see Kante as one of the best defensive midfield coverers in the game. Okay, he's not the passer that Jorginho is, but I think most managers would probably opt for a Kante sitting in front of a back four. So it then depends on the system. So I think it could be an issue for Jorginho going forward. The other thing is you think about it. When Chelsea were struggling and were sacking all these managers and they had these interim managers, another club legend, although not there as long as Frank, but an old teammate of mine, Roberto Di Matteo, came in, picked up the baton, did great. They won the Champions League, and guess what? 3 months into the new season or whatever it was, he was gone. So it's a toughie.
Their next manager will be Chelsea's 13th manager in the last 12 years since the end of the first Mourinho era.
But it's been successful for them. Well, no, it has. I don't agree with it. I think having a manager there longer term is better. But Roman Abramovich is his theory, a bit like what Real Madrid do, is we hire and fire and I pay them off. And you only look at the success they've had. They've won the Champions League, they've won the Europa League, I think, on a couple of occasions, and they've had very huge success in the FA Cup, and they've won umpteen Premier Leagues. So you can disagree with the manner in which he has done business, but it has brought success, not stabilisation, but success to that.
But the challenge for any new manager coming in under those circumstances right now is you pretty much have a 2-year tenure at best to try and catch Liverpool and Manchester City. I don't think there's a single football manager in the world who can do that, and certainly not a big name manager who wants to take that on. As far as Jorginho goes, as you were asking before, if Sarri is announced on Monday, I'm Chelsea, I sell Jorginho on Tuesday and give myself 6 weeks or whatever it is to try and find a replacement to spend that money because of the appeal. I think it pushes any hearing beyond the close of the transfer window.